Who exactly was the target of the US in the Sokoto airstrike? Let's look at it. Before the airstrike, the bandits came out to ask for peace talk with the Nigerian government. And in their word, they say that if Nigerian government is willing to negotiate with them, if Nigerian government is willing to open a peace talk with them, they are ready to drop their weapons to negotiate with Nigerian government. They furthermore say that they do not enjoy killing, that they just have one single request. And if Nigerian government will treat them just the same way they treated the Niger Delta militant, they would be grateful and drop their weapons. But the question here is, why did they make this utterance just a day before the attack in Sokoto? A lot of people say that why did the attack happen in Sokoto? Why not in Benue? Why not in Plateau? Why not in Kwara State? But the question is, do you think that the airstrike was actually aimless? The UX understand the map and how this thing works more than most of us Nigerians do. As I speak right now, there is a strong speculation that Bello Turji, one of the kingpin of the terrorists, was brutally attacked in the airstrike. And I am very sure that in few days, even though they are trying to cover it up, even though they are trying to make it seem like nothing happened in the airstrike, I promise you that in few days, this whole thing will be unveiled. And most of the top terrorists was brutally struck in this airstrike. They cannot hide it for long. They may pretend that nothing has happened, but we will see how it turns out just in a couple of days from now. As I speak to you right now, the terrorists are in great fear. There is panic in the air. They have run into their hidings. When they heard about the US intervention, they did all that they could. They knew that their time was short. They didn't expect what they got right now. They thought that the US would send in their military to fight them heads on. They didn't expect that the US would stay in their country and unravel their hiding place. They was expecting what happened in Afghanistan and in the rest of the country that they have terrorized. They thought that the US would come and fight them heads on. But they now see that the battle is taking a different route. Now they are scared. They are greatly worried. There is panic in the air. And let me tell you something. The terrorists are not the only ones that are panicked. There are people that have supported them. There have people that have backed them up in so many ways. And they are in great panic too. Because what is going to happen in the next 90 days will unravel so many mysteries that Nigerians have not seen before. Many other hidden locations where this atrocity are planned will be touched even before the most popular terrorized area we think should be first addressed will be talked about. The US are very diplomatic and strategic in their operation, and they will never give them a sign of what is going to happen next. They are trying to change their hideout. They think they know the forest more than the US do. They have forgotten that the UX does not need to walk miles in the forest for them to understand every hide and crook in Nigerian forests. The Nigerian terrorists are one of the weakest terrorist groups in the whole world. They are not as strong as we imagine them, but the only reason they exercise that dominion over the country is because of the prominent men that support them. And what the US government is trying to do right now is to cut them from that connection, is to cut them from that communication, is to cut them from that link they have with people. That is why they went on to strike Sokoto first. Their strike in Sokoto is a signal to them that we see you, we know where your help comes from, we know who gives you information, we know how you get your weapons, we know who supply you bullets, we know who communicates with you. And by the time the US is done cutting them off this help, they will become so helpless in the forest that they would even come out to surrender themselves. They do not have any strength. They cannot face even the Nigerian army without the informants they have with the prominent men, without the informants they have outside the forest. Now, the US, seeing these signs clearly, they will first go after the informant before they go after the terrorists themselves. In as much as they are trying to hide that the airstrike in Sokoto is aimless and does not make a meaning, just in 90 days, come with me, and so many things will be unraveled. This is the masked truth.